Saving time is saving money on its set. So let's talk about this incredible quick release adapter from LIBEC. Those of you that have been watching my channel know that I am absolutely obsessed with ways to be more efficient and save time on set. And the reason for that is really twofold. When you're spending time on set doing these mundane little tasks like changing plates on your camera, A, it's costing money, and B, it's getting in the way of your creative flow. When I'm on a set, I just want to be able to quickly flow from point A to point B and stay locked in the system. And one of the main things that just drives me crazy is changing plates on set. I never want to spend a single second on set screwing off a plate or screwing it back on. And because of that, I have adopted, for my own personal things, a universal Manfrotto PL plate system for all of my devices. And if you look at all of my devices, they all have Manfrotto PL plates on them. I actually buy plates with my cameras to put them on the bottom of my cages, and I make sure that all of my devices, I can quickly just pick up my camera from one device, drop it over to the other. And the reason why I've personally chosen the Manfrotto system is they're so ubiquitous, but more importantly, Manfrotto makes really good, affordable heads and tripods for entry and mid-level video production teams, which is what I started out as. And now that I am now years into the system, I actually have a whole smorgasbord of Manfrotto products. So for me, the Manfrotto PL mounts just make sense because I have so many things to do it. Now why this is good, this allows me to jump from a tripod to a slider to a gimbal with no time lost. I literally can pick up my camera, jump over, and go from one to the other. So for me, this is absolutely essential. I don't compromise. This is just something that I need to have on a set. Now, as you can imagine, I've gotten lots and lots of equipment over the year, and obviously not every piece of equipment I have is going to be PL plate compatible. And that is where the quick release adapters come in so critical for me. I can basically get a cheap adapter, put it on top of a slider, or find a way to get it on my gimbals. And what it does, it allows me to just, with a cheap investment, allow all of my products to be compatible together, even if they're made from different manufacturers and all that. So for me, having a system like that is absolutely critical. And if you are a shooter, I'd recommend, it doesn't have to be Manfrotto PL plates. If you have a different plate system that you like, go ahead and use that. But I would recommend doing it. I think you'd be very pleasantly surprised on how it changes your production. Now, there is a drawback to traditional Manfrotto PL plates, and that is this. Almost all traditional PL plates in the past for Manfrotto, especially if you have older heads, they actually have to slide forward on the plate. And this is actually a really, really big drawback because there's lots of times when you have either a camera rig or you have a big cinema lens that's bigger than the camera body itself that you don't have the option to slide forward on the plate. It actually gets in the way. And what you really need is you need a way to drop in your plate, which is much, much more universal and allows you much, much more flexibility. And that's really where this thing comes in. This is the AP-X Smart Quick Release Adapter from LIBEC. And this thing is awesome. I absolutely love it. It is such an incredible game changer. I've used it now for so many things. So what I want to do is I wanted to basically talk about this and why I think this is the best quick release adapter I have ever seen for Manfrotto PL mounts. Now the first thing is just the construction on this thing is just solid. This is solid metal. It just feels really sturdy. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could run over this with a car and it would be okay. I mean, this is just a really, really solid little plate. Really, really solid. The second feature that I love on this is the way it locks in. Now I just said that I don't like the slide in feature, but check this out. This comes in and you can actually just take it and drop your plate right in there, lock it, and it's good to go. No more sliding in plates. This one drops right in, which is an absolute game changer, makes it so much better. And the other thing about this that's really cool is once you do drop this in, what's great is it has this dial here on the side. You just dial it in and this thing is locked. It is not going in there. I've put some heavy gear on there. This thing is secure. And it's got this nice little safety lock there that's really, really great. And what I love about this dial, and this is so important about quick release adapters, is if you look here, it's got a very, very even profile. It's actually even with this quick release. And that is huge because a lot of these PL adapters have dials that dial up, and I have found countless times where that actually interferes with the body, or if I have things under here, it interferes with that. What's great about this won't interfere with your body. There won't be rails or tripods that get below or in the way. This always lets you get it in there super easy. And the other thing that's really nice about this is there is a safety lock. Let's say you, for some reason, don't tighten this. Well, as you can see, this thing will not go. If I want to do it, I loosen it, then I have to hit the safety lock. Once I hit the safety lock, it pops right out super easy. So safety lock's very easy. I can pop it back in there. When I go, even though I haven't locked it in there, I don't have to worry about losing my camera, which is really great. I just lock it in and I'm good to go. Another good thing about this that I love is if you look at the bottom, there are some just great mounting options here. They actually have 3 3/8 screws, and they actually have 2 1/4-inch screws. And then they actually have a little port here where you can store an extra 3/8 screw as well. So this is just absolutely awesome. Really great well belt script. I love this quick release adapter. I've literally put it on almost every piece of equipment I have versus the old Manfrotto ones. So what I'm going to show you is a very common instance where I would find this kind of quick release so critical to my workflow. And what I have here basically is just a small little handheld rig I might have if I'm using a shoulder mount. Maybe I'll put this up on I like to use easy rigs a lot, honestly. But you know, I'll be shooting something handheld, and then what I want to do is I want to come over and either between takes or just for practical purposes, I want to move this system over here onto a big tripod like this. Well, if you look here, I'm going to run into some serious issues. One, the handle could get in the way of that. And even if I do get the handle, you'll notice that I cannot slip this back in through. And that is because I have these parts of my rig that are basically on line with the thing. There is no way for me to get this on. The way I'd have to do in the past traditionally is take off the whole front element and then try and put this on a tripod and then put it back on. And if I have a follow focus on this, that is just a nightmare. But check out the difference is if we have this quick release adapter. What I basically have here is I have a Manfrotto plate with the quick release adapter on. Now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slip my Manfrotto plate on there. Basically it's good to go. Now I can walk up with a camera this big and check this out. I slip it in, I lock it in, it's good to go. Bam, life is good. And then if I want to basically go back to handheld, all I got to do is loosen it, release the safety catch, it comes off. That easy, that fast, boom, good to go. And the great thing about this is I didn't have to spend several $100s or thousands of dollars updating my tripod head if I'm getting bigger equipment and stuff like that. So if you have older Manfrotto heads and you're investing in new equipment that is bigger than what those old tripod heads can take, this is a way to really extend the life of your equipment, which in my opinion is a win-win. And I just love moving fast and going quickly on set. So anyway, guys, I absolutely love this thing. I just think they're so incredible. I have now got, I think, like 5 or 6 of them, and I put them on almost everything I have now. So I hope that was helpful. Please leave me any questions or comments if you have anything down below. And yeah, good luck. Go out there, keep on shooting. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.